Hey everybody, it's Angela and I am back with another process video, and this one is going to have a lot of flowers on it. And as you can see, I have a lot of them in my stash, a lot of ones from the Michael's Dollar bins, some old Prima flowers from like 2007 or 2009 I think, and then hot off the press from 2007. And I was just inspired by this layout. And this one was posted on Jen Scow's Crafty Use It or Lose It Facebook page. And it was posted by Sandy Reversky. And I just loved that she had used her stash of flowers, and it totally inspired me to do this. So thank you so much, Sandy, for posting your layout on Jen's Facebook page. So I actually pulled out the flowers, and I wasn't sure what color I was going to go with, and I do like the inspiration layout, go with mostly yellow and then some green. And you can see the photos that I have there are of a bird, and this was in Nicaragua when I was staying there, and I saw this bright blue bird. I've never seen a wild bird that color before. I mean, we have some like western bluebirds here in Oregon, some mountain bluebirds and some blue buntings, but none of them are as bright and vibrant as this bird is. And it just reminded me how much, in a tropical setting I was, and it just landed in the bamboo in our yard. And I got a couple okay pictures. The middle one there is pretty blurry, so I do wind up cutting that one out and just using the other two photos. And the wall that surrounds our property is like a stucco wall that's kind of a golden color. So that's what's behind that bamboo. And then the bamboo is very yellow in and of itself, and then the bright green bamboo leaves. So this is totally not a color scheme I would have normally gone with, but because of these photos, it really works. And because, I'm in a tropical setting, it's hot, it's jungle, the howler monkeys travel through our yard sometimes, and there were all kinds of strange critters that I don't even know what they were, and that would come through the yard as well. And it was just very much jungle. So these colors, even though they're not my normal pick, just really seem to work for these photos. So here I am going through some of the hot off the press ones. The biggest ones were just a little bit too large. And so I go through this and pick out, I have a few random ones that were in there and a few pastel-y ones. The green in there was too pastel of a green, and I wanted to go with a little more citrusy lime green. So I just go through my stash. I do wind up with a lot of these mulberry paper flowers from Prima, and that was those wooden boxes that you could buy with all the little compartments back in the day. And I reused the box for something else and just put all the mulberry flowers in this Ziploc bag. And I keep using from this and using from this, and I never seem to run out of flowers, although I am starting to now get low on the yellow flowers. So anyhow, I just went through my stash, pulled out all the yellow and green flowers that I could, and I did try a lot of different background papers, and I kept coming back to this green. This is like a Webster's Pages green paper. It's just a one-off sheet that I must have had left over from a kit or something in the past. And so, yeah, like I said, it's not a color scheme I normally would go with, but I really love how it turns out. It really does remind me of Nicaragua. So I only have that one big silk flower, and so I kind of want to make that a focal flower kind of with my photos, and kind of hiding a little bit of it because it is somewhat large. So my photo is going to go over the top of that silk flower. And then most of the rest of them are mulberry or paper flowers. Yeah, pretty much all the rest of them are some type of paper flower. Just that one is a silk flower. And then I go into these thickers that I got at Tuesday Morning and pull out the word lovely, and it had a beautiful gold word thickers, and I loved that font. And so now I'm just going to take my hot glue and just start tacking these down. And I just tack down like one little leaf because I figure I'm going to put a brad in the center like Sandy did in hers, but I wind up going a little bit different route in the long run. I do put a little bit of foam behind my photos just to lift them up because of all those flowers, and it gives me something to put my hot glue on so that it doesn't damage the photos, because I don't like to put hot glue directly on the photo. I always put something in between it if I'm going to use it. And I'm just running low on my Scotch tacky glue, so I'm using this, but yeah, it works just fine. And so I go ahead and get those down. And I'm really liking that. And then I'm just going to let the word lovely kind of go over the photos, and the L just kind of brackets in that right hand bird and flows across the two photographs. But I do have to support that L or the descender of the Y, excuse me, that hangs down from that one photo. So I'm just putting a little bit of foam tape on that descender, and then I'm going to use some hot glue. And this was a great stash busting type of layout. And it got one done for my Nicaragua album, which is cool. I've got a lot of photos that I haven't gotten around to doing for that scrapbook album. So this will maybe get me motivated to get back into working on that. And, working with hot glue, you always have a little bit of the glue strings and stuff, but it is nice that it holds so well. Now, in order to, I was going to put brads, like I said, in the middle of my flowers, but, being as I am somewhat lazy, I went ahead and decided to dip into another thing that I sort of hoard, and that is puffy stickers. I love some puffy stickers. And so I have a lot of them, and so I wanted to go ahead and use some on this, and I wind up using them as flower centers. So I'm going through, and you can see here I have all different kinds, and I'm finding ones that have yellow and green stickers in them. Some of these are from Walmart. This one's from Tuesday Morning, Chamel's box of crayons, and it has that little tiny iguana. And I do put a little hot glue. I was concerned it might melt the puffy sticker, but it didn't. The only thing I had to watch out for were the real super puffy ones from Tuesday Morning, and maybe I can see when it comes up here in my editing screen which brand they are. The plastic in that and the hot glue wouldn't stick together. So I did have to put tacky glue on that one particular brand, something with the plastics or whatever not playing nice together, and just not sticking. So, but otherwise all the other puffy stickers worked fine with hot glue. So these Sticko ones I think are from Walmart. These are the ones. I have a couple packs of this brand that I got at Tuesday Morning, and I go ahead and use hot glue here, and then when I go to check it at the end, it didn't stay stuck. Somehow they aren't compatible, so I do wind up putting tacky glue on these really dimensional puffy stickers. So I go ahead and I'm looking for, like, I took that iguana out of the box of crayons. There was a little butterfly. There were two things that looked like a lime slice and a lemon slice that I used because that was perfect. We have lime trees there. We have a lot of avocado trees, coffee, and stuff like that growing. And then on this sheet, it's a candy themed sheet, but they had these little gumdrops that you can't really tell are gumdrops, and they're the perfect color green, so I go ahead and put them in. And then, yeah, anything that has like a green heart. I think that one's a little green flower or a little white flower with a green heart. And I just keep going around trying to find things that'll fit in the color theme. So I think that was about all I could get off that sheet that really kind of matched in. So I keep going through my puffy stickers. I have this little Amy Tan, and I wind up pulling, I think, just a heart. There was one yellow heart. I put that on there. And then that one is just 3 little yellow flowers with a green leaf. And then I keep going down through my stickers. That one is a chamel. Had some little tiny hearts. And it also had that little parakeet, that little yellow and green parakeet. So that was perfect, to have another bird image on there and another parrot type bird. So I continue through until, let's see, this one. Did I wind up using anything off this? Yeah, I guess I did. Those were another one that I had to use the tacky glue because it just wouldn't stay. And there's like one little pineapple image. And that one's just like a little green flower. And I go back and I use tacky glue on those. So that was fun to use puffy stickers instead of brads for all the flower centers. Although heaven knows I have a lot of brads still in my stash to use up. They're like the flowers, it takes a long time to go through a package of them. So I think I'm about done with all my puffy stickers. And so I had these little word phrase stickers, and they're from a 12 by 12 sticker sheet that I cut apart. It had it like an alpha sheet, and it had a few word phrase stickers on the bottom. I think it's from Simple Stories. I don't know which. It's like a pool or summer collection. And I just put on there one that says hello, #summertime, and hello summer. So I just scatter 3 of those because I guess it wasn't really summer per se. It was dry season, but it seemed like summer to me. So I'm just going to spell out the word Nicaragua. And I want to place that horizontally down below that Y. So it just says lovely Nicaragua. And they're not super sticky, so I know I'm going to have to put a little extra glue behind them because they're pretty old. But they're too small to really use hot glue on. So I'm just going to use some tacky glue. And then instead of doing each tile, I just put a little tiny bead of it down so I can get most of the letters placed. And I like it. It's subtle, but it matches in. I've got the word hello up above in that same color. So I'm liking that, but it still needs a little something around the edges, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to mat the whole thing, but my flowers go all the way up to the edge already. So I thought I'd just cut a little indentation here and back it with some yellow peeking out. So I just go ahead and cut that and rough up the edge. And then I think, I think I'll do it again on the top. So it's just a sliver, but it really seems to finish it off. So now I'm just going to take my ATG and add a little extra adhesive here. And go ahead and mount the layout. So yeah, I love how this one turned out. And here's some close-ups of the layout. You can see all the little puffy stickers from this butterfly, the gumdrops, the little iguana thing, the pineapple and flowers and hearts and lime slices, the close-ups of the bird that I saw, the little parakeet. All those puffy stickers were fun. And then all those mulberry paper flowers, and the mulberry butterfly was from the Michael's Dollar Bin. And then just those little touches of yellow on the top and bottom. So that is my completed layout, and I had so much fun making it. And thank you so much, both Sandy for posting your inspiration layout, and for Jen Scow for having the Facebook page and starting that and doing all the crafty use it and lose it inspiration. I really enjoy looking at the Facebook page and watching Jen's videos. And I really love that whole community over there. So, go ahead and check them out on Facebook if you haven't already. And if you have any questions or anything, just leave me a comment down below, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.